listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
All right, let's do some lamenting today. Let's do some lamenting. See, if you read in Ecclesiastes, there's a time for every purpose under heaven, okay? I believe that, too. TGMD, do you find that to be an accurate statement, that there's a time for every purpose under heaven? You agree with that? Like there's just a wide range of things we feel?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So TGMD in the inaugural edition of the Middle Eight podcast with Kyle and also Martinval, which drops later today, are going to lament the bringing down of the curtain on the Florida series. And I'm going to ask today, very simply, are you glad to see the Florida series end? Brian Hartman, are you glad to see the Florida series end?
Well, I'll be honest, not really. Not really. It became a part of the fabric of the football program to have a game with Florida that mattered every year. Mm-hmm. And there was some – I know we've been sort of on the wrong end of it, but nobody wanted to see the Alabama series end either, and they lost 15 straight to Nick Saban. So I sort of am a little bit sad to see it go. I was kind of sad to see the South Carolina series go because that had become kind of fun over the years. It's something we've gotten used to. And then to not have Florida or Georgia on the schedule next year is going to seem really weird to me. And I think especially now they're at a point where they can actually get some traction and beat Florida 3 out of every 4 times they play them now. And the way both programs are set up now. So I'm a little bit, I don't really like the series is ending, but that makes me want to go out and beat them again one last time to make it official.
T to the G to the M to the D. Are you glad to see the Florida series come to a close?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me why.
It's done nothing for Tennessee. It's been a house of horrors down there. It's an awful trip to make. Mm-hmm. It was usually in September where it's 95 degrees, so it's not a fun trip. You're going down there to lose. Mm-hmm. Tennessee, for whatever reason, just never could beat Florida. It had been a Spurrier thing, but then they've had a bunch of boob coaches that somehow kept beating Tennessee as well. So I'm glad it's over. They're not Alabama. They don't have any kind of tradition. It's not a fun rivalry with the fan base. That fan base is awful. I'm glad it's ending, and we don't have to play them every year now. It brought nothing to Tennessee football to play them.
865-200-5402. Are you glad to see the Florida series end? We're going to talk about that. And then today in the blog, I threw a couple of my favorite Florida series memories out there, and I would like yours. And I don't want plays. Don't tell me that I remember when we kicked the field. I remember that too. I'm talking about like personal memories of yours related to the whole deal. I tell a story today about how I was a young kid living in an apartment in 1992 when it started to rain in West Knoxville. We were right there off Middlebrook. No, Paper Mill. I'm sorry, Paper Mill. Paper Mill. It was called the Railery back then. I don't know what they call it now. But at any rate, it started to absolutely deluge. And the storm was moving toward Neyland Stadium, so we knew it was about to happen. And it was the weirdest feeling to be watching that television and watching, because I couldn't afford to get into a game back then. Laura and I were just starting our life together. We didn't. We didn't have any money. And so the storm is blowing towards that stadium, and just as that storm got there, they threw that pass out to Mose Phillips. And then the deluge happened. And the first couple times Tennessee played Steve Spurrier at Neyland Stadium, they popped him. Because another one of my favorite memories is when I was a student in there in 1990. And back then, everybody would stand and shake their keys. We didn't need a DJ to yell and scream at us. You actually made your own noise back then. You didn't need fake energy in your stadium back then. Fans actually provided that, believe it or not. You didn't need fake energy back then. Apparently, we need fake energy now, right? Is that what we need? Matt, is that right? Do we need fake energy now in our stadiums? All over the United States, light shows and fake energy?
There is a lot of artificial noise now, yeah.
Yeah. Well, back then, to the uninitiated, we used to make our own noise, create our own edge, so to speak. And the 1990 Florida game was one of the most fun sporting events I've ever been at. From the standpoint of that stadium in there getting on a wave and that team riding the wave and then feeding off each other. And Dale Carter's kick return in that game, when he goes down that sideline and that crowd comes to its feet, and then afterwards we're shaking our keys at Florida, and everybody has their keys out at the time. And somebody had told me that was something that started back in Sugarval year. But this narrative that the Florida series has been a one-sided thing, it's been pretty one-sided. But on the early portions of it, Tennessee was getting the best of them in the early portions. But as it went along, the one thing, Matt, I wonder about the Florida series is, what if we would have had it like this year? What if we would have had it like this year, Matt, where each year this thing would have been played at the end of the schedule? Like Brian Hartman's research showed yesterday, Tennessee, down through the years, has been better when this game's played at the back of the schedule. And I'm not trying to be a revisionist here, but it never made sense to me that you would take what was the signature game in the league, or at least one of the two or three signature games in the league. When these two teams were at the height of their powers in the 90s, this was the signature game in the league. Why would you play that in early September? Why would anybody do that? Why wouldn't you adjust? And to Matt's point, you make Florida play in Florida weather, and you make Florida play in Tennessee weather. That's fair. Like in November, you'd get down there and play them in their weather. Okay, fine. But in November, like Philip Fulmer told me, they come up here and play in our weather. It would have made it a much more, I think, intriguing series.
Well, back then, you had a 12-team SEC, and most of the other teams in the league just were not on the level of those two teams. So there just wasn't that many nationally intriguing games year in and year out from the SEC. And it isn't like it is now where you've got 16 teams and you've got 8 of them in the top 15. Back then, Tennessee and Florida were top 10, and then the rest of the league, you might have one other team ranked.
Most years they were top 5.
And you had those two teams play each other.
Yeah.
And they played 3 weeks into the season, and it made even less sense.
Makes zero sense. Matt, through the lens of history, because I used to talk to Fulmer about this off the air, it makes zero. And he told me, hey, man, you're preaching to the choir, because we're getting zero support from the university in terms of changing it, which is why I wrote what I wrote today. He got zero support at the university level. They should have been all about it back in the day. obviously that's a competitive advantage to Florida when they got to come up here and play in their weather in September every year, Matt. That's obviously a competitive advantage. Plus, from a Tennessee perspective, you don't even get a chance to grow into your season like a lot of these teams do.
No, you certainly couldn't fare any worse if you moved it to the back of the schedule. Yeah, I agree there. But it was an early season game, and I mean, it wasn't just the premier game of the SEC. There was that 3 or 4 year period where it was the premier game of college football.
That's right.
Which is crazy to think about now, especially over the last 10 or so years where both programs have kind of fallen off. But it was from like 95 through like 98, it was the premier game of college football. And so it was something that you could look forward to early in the season, which is probably why it was up there. Florida State and Miami used to play early in the year too, but other than that, most of these signature games are towards the back end of the schedule.
And why wouldn't they be? This would be like burning Ohio State and Michigan in the second week in September. Why would you do that? It makes no sense. Tennessee and Alabama should have been playing in October, and Tennessee and Florida every year should have been playing in November. And if you wanted to put a game in September, put Tennessee and Georgia in September. There was no reason to do that. There was never a reason to do that. And I'm not trying to be a revisionist here. Look, the series wasn't good for us. It wasn't, it was a cruel and unusual punishment series down through the years. We invented ways to lose to them, but we're going out on a winning note Thursday night. You can feel it coming. This was a zero-tolerance game. This remains a zero-tolerance game. This remains a game we must win. We're bringing down the curtain on what has been just a horrible series. And, Matt, what are you guys going to tackle in the Middle Eight podcast that will debut and be released later today / tomorrow, and I'm going to link to over at tclub.team, you and Kyle and the gang?
Probably just our thoughts on the series and kind of growing up with it and it being a negative and a big disappointment most years. Probably a lot of that.
Were you as a kid, did you used to get your hopes up, Matt?
Oh, yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
So you would think we're winning the game?
Yeah.
Negative says, and he's right, he said from 95 to 2001, it was the biggest game in college football. He's right. There were a couple years where CBS put it like in prime time. Like they would clear out their Saturday night schedule for it.
Matt's an exception, but a lot of kids grew up with that game being more important than Alabama to them.
Yes.
And now that's gone. So in a way, I'm kind of sad for them that's part of what they grew up with is no longer every year now.
Yeah. The comeback game for us from the 21-3 halftime deficit and the win. It's hard to believe now for those of you who just found the show, but we did a 7.5-hour Garza Law fifth quarter fan reaction after that game, close to 8 hours. That's true, That's what we can act like this series doesn't mean anything to us. That is Barbra Streisand. That is pure BS. That series was maddening because there were a bunch of years where, especially, Matt, when both programs lost their way, it was one thing to lose to them when they were at the height of their powers because nobody was beating them. And that's another reason it really frustrated me why you wouldn't play them later in the year, because it would have allowed us or them to stay in that national championship fight longer and longer and longer. But Sam says he was born in 92, Matt, Brian, he said by far bigger than Alabama in his youth growing up. This game by far bigger than him for the Alabama game.
And he used to do a simulcast with the Gainesville radio station.
That's right.
For years,
for several years.
So yeah, I mean, this thing mattered a lot. It mattered both ends. Mattered to them too.
Yep. So if you want to call in at 865-200-5402 and share with us what, if anything, this series has meant to you down through the years, and are you glad to see it go or sad to see it go? We're wide open for you this hour. That's our topic. And then if you want to tell me a story about a favorite Florida game memory you have, or a Florida game horror show memory that you have, because I have a little of each. I was going to the game there for a while till I figured out that watching people, I was telling We Ship Floors Allen this today. Watching people behave uncivilly toward each other. The last time I went down there, I just said, I'm not doing this. Is that a fair comment, Matt? I just said I'm not doing that. I mean, Alan and I were talking about it. I'm like, I don't understand because you have a different color on. That's why Eagle fans piss me off. And I said that on the air. I'm not being a hypocrite here. I've told my family this. I've told my friends this in Philadelphia. I don't think it's funny to treat opposing fans dismissively and subhumanly, not afford them the respect given a person because they cheer for another team. I just think that's idiotic. Sorry. Now, if you want to talk a little smack to somebody, fine. But when I see you making a gauntlet like Eagle fans did to Viking fans before the NFC Championship game and spitting on people, and that's just bullying somebody. And what do you call it? It's bullying somebody. And when I saw Florida fans doing that to us, it's disgraceful. Just utterly disgraceful. But back in the day, that 1990 game, before we had to have DJs yelling and screaming at us in stadiums, no offense to DJs that yell and scream at us, but that's a thing here, there, and everywhere. I don't need that. I have what you call an attention span. And I have the ability to talk to my friend. Well, not when you go to a sporting event now. You don't have the ability to talk to your friend next to you. Because the people that put these games on now feel like you need to be screamed at 24/7. And that's here, there, and everywhere. That's not just at Tennessee. They think that's entertaining. Do you think that's entertaining? I don't know. But the 90 game with the key shaking was unreal. Matt, do you have a favorite, personal memory story you want to share of the series? And then we'll go to the phones.
That's personal.
Or do you hate the series that much?
Oh, I mean, I hate it. I mean, it's a .com program that the bubble burst on them a long time ago.
And we still
think. Of course, they still look like the '96 Gators when Tennessee plays them.
Interesting.
So,
let's go.
No, I don't. I'm trying to think. I think I have a couple that I've thought about for the podcast later, but they're just kind of negative. So
interesting. Let's go to the phones. Matt is a raw nerve when it comes with Florida Gators. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony.
Yes.
I've got a question. Why are we not allowed to have an expectation on this game? I listened to your show yesterday, and you had a caller talking about how it's starting to become more like the pro game.
Yep.
Because of the transfer portal and NIL.
Yes.
And I understand the logic behind that, and I understand the thinking, but I don't know that I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, I'm a graduate of the University of Tennessee. There are hundreds of thousands of people that are graduates of the University of Tennessee, and there's a pride that's associated with that. Every season has a price tag for pride. okay? And, Danny White has no problem with raising prices and creating expectations. At the end of the day, no matter what industry you're in, when you raise the price on something, there's going to be raised expectations. If I go down to Ruth's Chris and order a steak, I'm going to expect more from it than if I go down to Applebee's, okay? So we didn't do it, as you say. He's the one who did it. And if you don't like expectations associated with fans being able to have pride, then you need to go become some sort of general manager in a pro league, because it's not pro, okay? We went to the University of Tennessee. We want to be proud of our team. And this game, this weekend, is the fans need to finally draw the line in the sand and say, pay us back a dividend, okay? Dinero Danny needs to give the dividends where they're due. And that's not Heupel's fault. It's not his fault that his buddy is writing, checks with his price tags on his tickets that Heupel may or may not be able to cash. But at the end of the day, the guy's running around, as an analogy, he's the one at the bar talking the smack, and he's expecting Heupel to fight the fight. And I don't know that's not Heupel's fault. I'm just not going to conform to the whole, well, this is more like pro football. It's true. But I'm not giving up my pride associated with being a University of Tennessee graduate. They're a 3-7 football team. Go down there and take care of business.
I love you. It sounds to me like you're not giving up the ghost on this series. Hey, Matt, what do you say to this gentleman?
No, he's right. I agree with him. I just wish that some of that pride and things still mattered, and it's unfortunately those have slowly kind of just gone away. And all the outrageous prices for tickets, and you have to fund NIL and all this stuff is just absurd now, and fans have just been priced out, and your return on investment, whatever you think that is just not been there. And it doesn't seem like there's really a way to get a lot of that back.
So let me ask the caller. I want to ask the caller something. What if you lose Saturday? What's a suitable response to that?
It changes the entire tone going forward.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. And we can try to talk ourselves into, this isn't the same Florida game. Caller Josh, this isn't the same Florida game. We can talk ourselves into that sort of fantasy, but I think that's what it is, because just as well as I did, we lose this game on Saturday to a 3-7 Florida team with no coach.
Nothing to play for.
I don't care what the roster is.
Nothing to play for.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, vultures go and they destroy what's on the road that's dead, okay?
Yep.
So if you can't go and take care of a dog just laying there ready to be devoured, then you're not cut out for SEC football. And I'm sorry that I'm so jacked up right now.
So you're speaking about our coach. You're talking about our coach and this administration and the whole thing. You say Saturday's a referendum on them. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I just think that we haven't drawn the line in the sand. We haven't actually had any serious expectations for this coach yet. Everything to this point has been gravy, okay? Mm-hmm. He has given us some great moments. The Alabama wins, those have been great.
Mm-hmm.
The LSU win down there, those have been great, man. We've also had some very disappointing moments at South Carolina, against Oklahoma this year.
Mm-hmm.
Just there's been moments where we've kind of got our jaw hanging, and I just think this Saturday is the perfect time to pay your fans back. Pay your fans back, man. Stop taking advantage of them and talking down to them and treating them like they don't matter. Like, at the end of the day, we are the ones who control the public perception on Tennessee football because we are the consumer. We're the ones who pay the money. We're the ones who own the program. And Danny wants people to think that you don't own it, but you do. You do. You're the ones who control the tone.
That's right. Not him. You own the program.
We control the tone. And
No.
if we feel
You're
a
right.
certain type of way
You're right.
about losing at Florida on Saturday,
Yep.
it should not be met with, oh, well, you know, it's just, you know, we had a bad quarterback situation, and
Yep.
the guy came in April, and I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You create your own destiny, okay? You're the one that creates the outcomes and everything that happens at the end of the 4 quarters on Saturday.
Are you sad for the Florida series to go, my friend?
I'll be very sad for the Florida series to go if we don't go down there and close it out the right way.
Oh!
Yeah,
I
I'll
heard
be very
that.
sad.
I heard that. Thank you, my man. Matt, will he be sad Saturday night? What is your call on that?
I lean towards no, but I'm not very confident in that.
Exactly. If you don't win this year, here's the thing, and he said it earlier, which I wrote at the top of the blog today. You're 7-3, Tennessee. They're 3-7. Yeah, okay, we played 2 different schedules. And we went through it yesterday and pretty non-myopically and fairly said Tennessee be 5-5 if they played their schedule, which is probably accurate. You're still 2 games better than them. You're better than them. You're better than them. You're favorite. You're better than them. They're unplugged. I mean, give me a damn break. And even if they were plugged totally in, they're 3-7 for crying out loud. Great call. He says this series matters. If we lose, it's going to really piss him off. It's probably a good take. If we continue with more, Tennessee needs to close this series in grand. They need to blow this team out Saturday night is what they need to do. And they could do it. Because if you make a few positive plays, both the beat writers we've had on this week say that if the Vols do positive things early, they'll unplug like they did up in Kentucky. Because that's what happened. You make it. You go down and sustain some things offensively, force them into a couple early turnovers. Their quarterback quits, and you blow them out, and you romp, and we're up celebrating, saying we took care of business. Here comes Vanderbilt, and here comes Tony Basilio's A for Josh Heupel. When we go 9-3, some of you aren't going to like that. The Negadaves of the world, I might give them an A+. If you get home from here with a 9-3 record after this.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet. Garza Law. Fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio Show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet. Hey there, Basilio crew. Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. The holiday season is here, and if your plans include unwrapping your new home, then take advantage of less competition and motivated sellers while others are out fighting over parking spots at the mall. Smart buyers are out snagging deals on great homes, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and as always, go Vols.
TB back with you, 865-200-5402. Got myself a little loud in here. Because it sounds good today. Sounds good. As we welcome you back, 865-200-5402. Indie Hunt, an Indie Mix, an Indie Mix, an Indie Hunt. I'm going to have Matt share a good story from a memory of the Florida game as we go along today. I'm going to drag one out of him before this thing's over. I want to remind you tomorrow, we're live at Calhoun's on the River. It's going to be unbelievable, Andy. We're going to celebrate Titans Bill's birthday tomorrow. We're going to have a carrot cake there from Nothing Bunt Cakes. And maybe do a couple other things. Back to the phones we go. At 865-200-5402. An impassioned plea from one of our callers who came, I would say came correct in our first call. Are you happy or sad to see the Florida series go? His line is, why are we kowtowing as a fan base and acting like we have no chance when they're 3-7 and unplugged? And I'm going to tell you something. He's right. He's right. A couple programming notes for you. We'll be at Calhoun's tomorrow. Tonight, Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime after Tennessee's fourth of their quad four extravaganzas. Or, Brian, is it 5 of 5? Is it 5 quad
This
fours?
is their fifth in a row against the quad four opponent.
The quad four world tour. And Rick Barnes...
Well, they're coming here.
Rick Barnes has not played the same set list. Well, we've had a residency. Rick Barnes has not played the same set list at all. Matt, do you expect that the Tennessee Staters will be in the wrong place at the wrong time tonight? Or is this another game to stay away from a covering the spread perspective?
I think it's another one to stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a game Tennessee wins and wins comfortably. I don't even know what the line is.
Matt, are you sad about Kentucky?
31.
Are you sad, Matt, about Kentucky's struggles here early on? And were you popping popcorn the other night?
I was certainly watching. I watched the Louisville game and obviously the Michigan State game the other night. Yeah.
This is so fun.
A team of a bunch of just kind of average players. There's no real star. They play no defense.
And
Tim Banks coaches defense better than Mark Pope does.
C tells me that they've $24 million is what they paid their payroll. $24 million.
They're probably going to get. They're going to pay more than $1 million per win this season. It looks like
Pope is a dope on a rope. Back to the phones we go. And you're right. That's a great line about Tim Banks.
Who did they pay? Who did they pay? Who on that team's worth paying millions? $24 million to that
$24 million.
Park Mope.
Marky Boy Mope.
They're calling him Park Mope.
Who was moping at the end of the game. The Kentucky fans
so that's
all
why
over
Park
him.
Mope.
I love him. Back to the phones we go. But yeah, Brian said it yesterday. It looks like Tim Banks coordinates their defense. They're very good in the middle like we are. They have great safety play. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
What's up, guys? It's Music City Sam.
Hey, Sammy, the We Ship Floors Allen, who you interact with over on YouTube, says that the Florida ticket is now crashing down to $61. We had a guest yesterday who told us that it's a hard sellout and going to be wild in there. Are you buying or selling that assertion, Sam?
Well, I paid more in 2015, so I will sell that.
Thank you very little.
Hey, Kentucky should take that $24 million and buy like an equestrian team, because that's about all they're good for in the state of Kentucky. But anyways, I do agree with the last caller in the sense that the last couple weeks on the show, it's been kind of disappointing for me to hear a lot of people just assume we're going to lose to Florida and Vanderbilt.
It's
Vanderbilt some juggernaut, and Florida some juggernaut.
It's unreal.
Come on.
It's unreal. I haven't seen us unplug. Have you? Have you seen any signs that we're going to unplug here, like some of these teams do? No.
Who are the two leaders on our offense and defense? One of them is Deshaun Bishop from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yep.
Another one's Arion Carter from Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
Those guys know what this series is about.
And the other Carter guy's gone, and he was a total distraction. So that's addition by subtraction.
Yeah, and our quarterback's in his last year. You don't think he wants to ball out his last two games on his long journey?
And by the way, he deserves to get a signature win. And I'm going to say this right now. I don't care if they're 3-7 or not. Position statement right now, which I will put at the top of the blog tomorrow. Matt Dixon beating Florida this year down there. A position, is that a signature win? Yes or no? For Joey's football.
Yes, you've gone 20 years since winning down there. Absolutely.
Signature win. It's a signature win, damn it. Don't move the cheese on me. Especially if you're lactose intolerant.
And then San Diego Pavi on his way out of the state of Tennessee for good. That's what I want to see.
That's exactly right.
But I'm going to tell a story. I might be the only Tennessee fan that actually had a really good time in Gainesville the one time I went down there, which was the 2015 game, which ended, of course, horribly. 4th and 14, they took it to the house. I mean, we'd dominated the entire game. The last kick missed by about 2 inches right from 58 yards or however long it was. But I actually went down there with my best friend who I met at the University of Tennessee. He had done his undergraduate at Florida, and he was doing his PhD at Tennessee. So his godfather lived down there. We stayed with him in Alachua, which is about 20 miles north. We went down on a Wednesday. Thursday, we went to Jenny Springs, which is a natural springs area close by. Beautiful clear water, swam, rafted, had a great day. Friday, we drove around the campus, helped him do some yard work because he was an older guy. Tailgated all day. I mean, we just had a great time as two friends. And I actually had no issue. Maybe it's because I was with a Florida fan, but I had no problems interacting with their fans. But, in kind of a sick way, I actually kind of laugh at this moment now. But my friend had left the game after halftime because he thought they were going to lose. He wanted to go smoke cigarettes. You couldn't smoke inside the stadium. So he went to this bar. And at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I'm like, well, this game is probably over. I'm going to go meet up with him. I turned out to be the only Tennessee fan in this entire bar across the street when they got that 4th and 14 and when we missed the field goal. The only Tennessee fan out of 250 people inside of a bar. Is that next level or not?
Oh! You never forget something like that, do you?
Well, just imagine if Butch Jones was competent.
How much fun you would have had.
If I might have got Jones.
Oh, we needed Butch Jones to go to that bar at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Boy, did he mismanage that game, Matt, or what? Did we know we were in trouble with this guy or what, man, in 2015?
That's the part that you'll like this,
between
Tony,
that and
the Friday
Oklahoma,
night.
Absolutely.
You'll like this. The Friday night before the game, we went to this bar called The Swamp, which is their kind of main bar, which they've since torn down to build apartments, just like colleges do these days.
Yep.
But there was a guy playing music, and I walked up to him and said, hey, I play music on the University of Tennessee. Do you care if I play a few songs? He let me go play 4 or 5 songs in front of all the Florida crew.
That's fantastic, man. That's so nice.
And then 5 years later, I run into him in Nashville. He had moved there.
Oh, wow. See, I like stuff like that. Just because somebody roots for another team doesn't make them your mortal enemy unless they behave like white trash. Now, if they act the way those people acted or like some Philadelphia Eagle fans act, which is to say some of my Eagle brethren, y'all act like white trash. I call it like it is. I call it right down the middle. I'm calling balls and strikes here. And there's no reason to treat each other that way. So that's great. There was a collegiality, and you were hanging out with a Gator fan that left the stadium because he wanted to go smoke some heaters, and you watched us get smoked in 2015. Great memory. So are you sad to see it go, Sam? Are you sad to see the series go? Or are you happy to see this thing go?
I mean, it's not like we're not going to play him ever again, so I'm not overly. I'm not. It's kind of lost its luster. I mean, there's not a whole lot to gain now.
Yes.
If we win, yeah, we've won. If we lose, it's just more of the curse. But, you know, again, me being born in 92, that was the game. The
game, baby. The game, baby. Thank you, my man. Great talking to you.
It is what it is.
I love it. I got you down tomorrow in the blog. The official position statement is if Tennessee defeats Florida tomorrow, this will be justice for Joey Aguilar and these Vols who deserve a signature win. And yes, beating Florida at Florida Field will be a signature win. Position statement. Matt, do you have a problem with the position statement? Do we need to alter that in any way in your mind?
No, I think that's fair. Very fair. It's definitely a signature win if you win in Gainesville. Doesn't matter what their record is.
Back to the phones.
Or who's coaching them.
Yeah, I refuse to cheese move. As we go back on our TLD Logistics phone lines. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
This is Eric in Harrisonville.
Eric, welcome in.
Hey, hope you give me a couple minutes.
No, you go right ahead. The floor is yours. That's what this is. That's what this is.
I definitely believe that these next two games will be the most pivotal of the whole season because you get the monkey off your back, as you said. Put a nice bow on the series, and then we take care of Vanderbilt 9-3 with some of the adversity that we went through. That's cause for optimism going into next year. We slide, we lose to this 3-17, and we lose to Vanderbilt with everything, state pride and all that stuff on the line. Yeah, this is going to be a down year. But my Tennessee Florida stories, I went to 3 of the games. I was at NBA school from 96 to 98. And so 96 was my first year on campus. And leading up to that game we wanted redemption after them reeling off 48 straight points the year before and, possibly costing us a chance to play for a national title and all that. This is the big game. We beat the hell out of UNLV and beat UCLA. So that was our big chance. And game week was something different then versus that I'm sure what we have now. The Strip, O'Charlie's specifically, was where a lot of the action was. And the night before the game, they actually hauled in some, I don't know, something from a junkyard, painted orange and blue, put some graffiti on it, and you could just take a sledgehammer and beat the living crap out of this thing if you felt like it, just because you wanted to. The fans for Florida were in town talking trash, as you'd expect. But there was just a lot of energy, leading up to that game. And just getting tickets was quite a feat. People would camp out for that game. I got in line about probably 4:00 in the morning, and I missed my first class of the day to ensure that I could get tickets. It was not easy to get if you were a student. So I waited in line probably 7 hours. That was when Peyton was handing out pieces to people in line and personally thanking people for supporting, the team. Unfortunately, the game did not turn out well. It was kind of a gloomy day like this, a lot of rain, could not hold on the ball, and 35-0, 5 minutes into the second quarter. I mean, it's just we knew we weren't going to win that game, and it was just so disappointing. And then after the game, the Florida fans stuck around, rubbed it in our faces, and there was nobody out after the game. It was just like
it was a ghost town.
Died.
It was literally a ghost town.
Right. So then 98, I came back when I was moved up to Lexington. Came in town got there early enough to make sure I could scalp.
Yep.
Again, tickets were hard to come by.
Yep.
And so I was, in attendance, and I rushed the field, and that was the most exciting live sporting event I've ever seen.
Cool.
Being part of that, and walking by the Florida players dejected. Now, luckily, nobody took a swing at them. They didn't take a swing at us. That was great. And then I came back in 2002, and that was the monsoon. And unfortunately, my uncle and I were sitting in the front row of the upper deck. And let's just say that the drainage at the upper deck was not especially great. And so we had about a foot of water around our feet. And it was miserable because we, again, just wet the bed. And, with the 96 and the 2002 game showed us that we wanted the game almost too much as a team, that we played tight. And Florida was the more looser, confident program. And all through these years, they played like they expect to win, whereas Tennessee kind of hoped to win. So Heupel needs to take that mentality this weekend and say, we are the better team, and we're going to beat the hell out of you and take care of it, because that's the way this needs to end.
You have fired me up. You have focused me, and you have prepared me. Thank you, Jason. Matt, give me your story from 98. What are your recollections?
I just remember as soon as Collins Cooper missed that field goal, the goalpost came down. I've never seen goalposts come down quicker. It was
go.
Unbelievable how quickly that goalpost there in the south end zone came down. And then, of course, the one on the north one came down also. They didn't end up in the river that night, but they came down about as quick as the football did. It was still to this day. It's just an amazing thing to just think about and to see when I pull it up on YouTube. It's never have goalposts ever come down quicker. Guinness Book of World Record stuff there.
Again, time and a place for everything. Time and a place. And there's a time and a place to attack a goalpost. Because of what we had been through in the 90s and the way they had tortured us and tormented us. And there was a harbinger of things to come. The Vols, we know the rest of the story, Paul Larvey. We know the rest of the story, Paul Larvey. And the Vols were dropping eggs that night on their way to birthing a national championship. Let's go to the phones. 865-200. 5402. Do you have any advice for Alan and the Frosties and their traveling band of gypsies as they take Gainesville by storm in their RVs? Any advice for them, Matt? Should they leave their stuff unlocked? Should they welcome Florida fans to tailgate with them? What's your advice to those people?
Prayers up for them. Hopefully the locals aren't as fired up as they usually are, because their team's 3-7.
Yes. Now our guest yesterday said the stadium will be filled and they'll be fired up. Matt, do you buy that?
It'll be pretty full, and they'll be fired up at least to start.
Margaret Nathan's going down there again.
Jump on them early and take the crowd out of it. Tennessee can play a part in that. Take the crowd out of the game early.
Marjorie Nathan's going to be in the house.
Margaret Nathan is going to be in the house Saturday.
She's
going back.
Let's get our next call in. Some people just can't get enough. Hello, welcome in. And there's one of them. Some people just can't get enough.
Tony B.
Are you sad to see the Florida series?
Are you nervous out of your mind now? You're more confident than anything.
Are you sad to see the Florida series go?
Do what?
Are you sad to see the Florida-Tennessee series go?
I heard the other day on the Sports Network that y'all wanted it. Y'all couldn't. Y'all wanted to get rid of your fans.
Brian Hartman said he's sad to see it go.
Because Brian Hartman knows that was the best rivalry in college football.
Yep, it was a great rivalry. It's been a great series down through the years in my mind.
Hey, and that determined who went to the SEC tournament or the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
So. Sadly, y'all never did that.
It's a real shame. It's a real shame. You know what you guys are? You guys are like one of my favorite spots that just fell into disrepair. right before it went out of business. That's what the Florida Gators feel like right now.
Hey, man, they are. They are out of business.
I mean, what are you going to do if you don't get Lane Kiffin? You're going to go into disrepair, man.
We're going to get y'all old coach.
Close the doors. It's time to close the doors, my brother.
We're going to get Golich.
Who?
Golich.
And his 5 losses this year?
Huh?
And
he's right down the street in Tampa. What do you mean?
He's going to lose 5 games.
Oh, my God. He might lose 5 games. He's an offensive mind. That's who Josh Heupel should have kept. Josh Heupel should have kept him.
Florida, give me the fear in your
You got
voice.
a coaching offer.
Florida, let me hear the fear in your voice. Hit it.
There is no fear. Man, a friend of mine sent me the injury report on us.
Yep.
We got 14 people injured, and y'all got 5. And we still going to beat y'all. Because guess what? Joey Unaccurate, he inaccurate, Lord. He going to throw some interceptions tomorrow.
Joey
That's what you're afraid of
Lord.
right now. I can tell you that's on your mind.
DJ Lagway leads the country in interceptions.
Yeah,
dude.
Florida. What are you talking about?
That must be hater. That must be the. Come on, bro.
Lagway has a slaw named after him. Lagway has a slaw named after him in town. Lagway Slaw.
He sure does, but hey, Joey Aguilar's got some interceptions under his belt too, but
Both these quarterbacks. Matt, what's your over-under interceptions Saturday night? Both quarterbacks combined. What would you put the total at? I say 3.5.
2.5 or 3.5, yeah.
Ball's going to be up in the air Saturday night. I hope it's more. I think your guy's really going to cooperate, Florida. I like him. I like what he's becoming. Total loser. He's a total loser.
He is.
He's a 3-7 quarterback. He's slaw.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
Yes.
Trebell Jones Jr.
Yes.
A five-star freshman, redshirt freshman from Jacksonville, Florida.
Dale Jones Jr. That's a twist.
He should have been starting. If DJ Lagway didn't come back to the second week of fall practice, bro, who was getting all the other reps? Tony B. Who was getting all the other reps? Because I know it wasn't that concussion protocol guy that we got from y'all was getting. It was.
What do you hear?
I hear fear in your voice, Florida. I hear fear in your voice right now.
I hear fear.
Come on, B. Come on, don't do that. Now, I can expect that from Hater Matt, but I can't accept that from you, B. Because you got a little bit more sense than he do.
And you got a little bit, you're out of here. You got a little more time than you should have got.
Spot the ball, Florida.
Spot the ball, you clown. So we take a brief time out and come back with more. And by the way, rapper Andy excoriated you in that wrap-off. How's that feel? Hour number 2 on the radio. To the calls, hang there. Because we got Jeff Ferris coming up. I want to shine the light. They got an important game coming up this weekend. Our friend down in Clarksville, Rod in Clarksville, this is for you, my brother. Jeff Ferris joins from Austin P. Huge game for them. We want to help get them over the top after this. Living Vol fan, make Alumni Hall your one-stop shop for all your Vol fans on your shopping list this holiday season. There's nothing better than getting your favorite Tennessee gear under the tree. Picture it, a nice polo shirt, a new hoodie, something for the man cave. Pop in and see my friends at Alumni Hall. Best selection of Tennessee gear. Alumni Hall, 3 Knoxville locations. Bristol, Johnson City, Murfreesboro, or online at alumnihall.com. It's easy to have a big orange Christmas. And happy holidays from everyone at Alumni Hall. The ultimate volunteer shopping experience. Alumni Hall. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants,
along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage are pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage. Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires. Just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Something not working right? Got a problem with your heating or plumbing? Right now, Pipe Wrench Home Services is making it easy to fix it fast with 50% off any HVAC or plumbing repair. Whether your HVAC needs some persuasion or your plumbing needs repaired, our certified technicians will be there right away to get you fixed fast. Have other plumbing or HVAC problems? We make it easy with free on-site estimates on replacements and free second opinions on repairs. So call or schedule your appointment online today at pipewrench.com and save 50% off any repair up to $500 all month long. We are committed to keeping your home cozy and worry-free this holiday season. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. This limited time offer is good for residential services only. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
Basilio here with Alan from WeShipFloors.com. Alan, is it true? Are we really having a Black Friday sale? Lay it on me.
Yeah, Tony, Black Friday is the biggest time of the year for us. We're going to do a 40% off sale. That's what we're doing to everybody else. But for the Tony Basilio listeners, we're going to do 45% off. So you get an additional 5% off, which should be hundreds of dollars. All you got to do is use the promo code Tony. But for the real listeners, we're going to do another promo code. The second promo code is going to be promo code Negadave. So with the promo code Negadave, you can actually pay 5% more. So 35% off using promo code Negadave, 45% off using promo code Tony.
We're kind of having some fun here, but when you're talking about 120 Supercore floors, I've shown them over on the website, the video. You can't destroy this floor.
Very tough floor that I designed. When I say literally millions of square feet, we've got 2 warehouses in Johnson City full of flooring. We're ready to go for any size project. But yeah, it's a remarkable product. It's the best waterproof flooring on the market because we sold everyone else's floors and I designed the floor that's better than everyone else.
WeShipFloors.com. Free shipping to all, anywhere in the country.
Go Vols, Tony.
I was talking to Alan today. That guy is unbelievable, Andy. Unbelievable. He's on his way down to the game right now. You deal with him, you're dealing with the manager. Their sales going on through Monday of November. You need to get on WeShipFloors.com and order and use that promo code Tony so they know we're out there. And we need to keep this thing going, y'all. Speaking of a guy that's keeping it going, you bow thy head when you say thy name because he's Knoxville royalty. His name is Jeff Ferris. He's the head coach of Austin P. They've got it going on. The total gov concept, ladies and gentlemen, the total gov. You don't, you don't mess with people like Jeff Ferris who, here's the deal. They're in a highly competitive league in the United Athletic Conference. And I love that level of football, love shining the light on it this time of the year. They are at Tarleton State. The Govs are. It's a 5 o'clock start on Saturday. You'll be able to see it over on the ESPN app, those of you that have it. 4-3 overall in your league, Coach, and I welcome you in. How you doing, my man?
Tony, it's an honor. Make sure our East Tennesseans cheer loud so we can hear you in Stephenville, Texas, please. Let's go, Pete.
Well, talk to me here. What's it like bringing your club on the road, and how do you get ready for something like that?
You know, one thing, Tony, we've talked about, and I get all this from Coach Cutt. He's got his hands all over our program. But one thing we talk about all the time is our process. And since we came together on January 21st, it's been about discipline and finish. And can we have the best process in college football? And, you know, it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of positive noise, and we talked all year about ignoring the positive noise and doubling down on the process. This week is no different. And, you know, we talked earlier in the week, we showed a video of Nick Saban talking about Usain Bolt. We've got to run our best race. In order to run our best race,
you say it's the greatest thing that ever happened to you. Let me ask you something about Cutcliffe. You played for him, and now he's molding you as well as a coach. And I love Cutcliffe because when I talk to people, he pours himself into other people, and I love that. Right? I just love that because there's so few guys in his profession that take the time to do that. Which
I could give you a million testimonials, wherever the word is.
There you go.
About how he's done that for me, my teammates. Yep. There is nobody better on earth than Coach Cutt.
What is it about him when he was at Tennessee that they did the little things well when he was on the staff, and then when he left, you could see it right away? What is it about David Cutcliffe that the little things happen for him on his football teams? Why is that? And is that a worthwhile observation from me?
I think it's a great observation. I can't speak on behalf of Tennessee because I only know Coach Cutt in the Duke realm. But I can tell you, he took the worst program in college football and had us playing for ACC championships at a place where nobody could win, supposedly at Duke University. You know, every detail matters. Your shirt is going to be tucked in. You're going to be at every meeting 5 minutes early. You know, our alignments are going to be perfect. And what happened was I was one of them, and not our best example, I'm sure, but these young men come into the program and they see how much he loves and cares for them, and it changes our lives. And we're better husbands, fathers, bankers, football, whatever it may be. And because he cares so much, you will run through a wall for him during your playing days when you're wearing a helmet and cleats, and then long after. And, man, I'm just so thankful for Coach Cutt, his mentorship as a player and now as a coach. And I try my best. And I'm not 1% of 1% the man or coach that Coach Cutt is, but I try my best every single day to develop our players in a similar fashion to Coach Cutt.
What does he tell you, because you say you talked to him this week, in terms of approaching a game this week, a championship game on the road, what kind of advice do you get from a Cutcliffe?
Yeah, I talk to him all the time. The one thing about Coach Cutt, too, and I'll come back to your question, I promise, Tony, but, he gives you the 100% truth every time. And that sounds simple. We talked about it before, but he's the only person I know like that. I'll never forget, I'm busting my tail at Duke. I'm not very athletic, but I want to play, when we're in practice, I'm trying to be on the punt return team. So I block in practice a guy in the back. And I'll never forget what Coach Cutt said to me. And he's old school. He's going to coach you hard. And, the ramifications for me getting the penalty in practice. But I'll tell you what, Tony, I never made that penalty again. And when I got a chance in the games, I'd made the most out of my opportunities to play special teams at Duke when I had no business doing that because Coach Cutt believed in me before I ever believed in myself. But, this conversation, the conversations we have, he always wants to keep in perspective the important things. And he always boils it down to doing things right. And, it really doesn't matter the opponent. How can we get your group, your family, as prepared as humanly possible to play their best game? And don't ignore the fact that there are ramifications, as there are in every game. Celebrate that. As we still double down and focus on the process, this has got to be our best week. And, talk to your senior leaders, your captains. And we've done that, and we've had a really, really good week.
Tell me about this Tarleton State team we're getting ready to see. You're deep in the heart of Texas on Saturday. I know it's going to be 70-ish when the ball kicks off. Nice warm day. Tell me about this ball club you're up against.
They're a really talented football team. They're number 5 in the country. Their coach does an unbelievable job, Coach Witten. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and their offense kind of goes through him. They've got a chance to throw it over your head. We got defensively a great opportunity. We've got to limit the explosive passing plays. And then we've also got to rally to tackle the football and win it up front with a very, very talented offensive line that they have and running backs. And when it comes to their defense, they're going to challenge us in man coverage. We've got to make plays down the field and find ways to get in third and manageable and stay on the field. And, our quarterback, Chris Parson, who's a local product from Ravenwood High School, he's had an unbelievable year. I'm excited for him. He's really grown every single week. He's really top 10 in every category, leads our conference in total offense, points responsible for, passing yards. That's been a fun thing to see. But he's got great weapons around him at receiver, tight end, offensive line, and running back. And I think in all 3 phases, we just got to play our best game, play penalty-free, play with great discipline. And I'm excited because I don't know if there's a team in the country that plays harder than we do.
No, and I don't know if there's a team in the country that goes through more than what you guys go through. I'm looking at your league. You guys stretch from Georgia to Utah. I mean, what are we doing in that league? Are we trying to take a page out of the ACC's book? And how tough is travel in that deal?
Yeah, we do cross the country. And not only is the travel, it's a high-quality product in Utah, in Texas, that we play. But like I told our athletic director, we opened up at MTSU. At MTSU, won by 20. We go to Georgia between the hedges. I'm sure you've heard of them. Fight them. It's first and goal from inside the 5-yard line to make it a 1-score game in the fourth quarter. I'm very thankful that we play in a league like this and we schedule real deal opponents because the goal, and this is straight from Coach Cutt, is to play your best when it matters most in November. They remember what you do in November.
Boom.
We're in position to do that. We're coming off 2 wins. I think we're playing our best football right now, and it's going to take all that against Tarleton State.
Well, I wish you well. Is there anything else you'd care to add, and will you have some folks travel with you down there?
No, I just appreciate all your guys' support from East Tennessee. I'm so honored and thankful for for the sport that I've had growing up and all the mentors I've had in addition to Coach Cut, Coach Jake Harrison, everybody at Knoxville Catholic. I grew up in Halls and we moved to Knoxville, but I'm a huge fan. Thank you guys for your time. Cheer loud on the Govs. Support us, and we're going to continue to make history. We're just scratching the surface over here.
5 Eastern.
Come to Clarksville. Check us out.
5 Eastern. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, Pete.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Yeah, spoken like a man 58 years of age in the middle of the night. I will say that. Matt Dixon.
That's a pep rally we just heard.
Well, I love him. Matt, the Cutcliffe thing is really interesting, right? Because he was a do the little things guy. You heard Jeff Ferris talk about that. He really focused on you're not going to beat yourself today.
Yeah, the little details.
Yep.
He was known for that, and was one of the reasons why Fulmer was very successful with him.
Yep.
And obviously a big drop off without him. But no, Cutcliffe was a detail oriented guy that was really, really good at what he did. And I always liked it when he was on, when ESPN did those coaches like roundtables during like the national championship game or playoff games.
Yes.
Cutcliffe was always on there.
Yes.
He was always really, really insightful with some of the things. But no, the small details matter, and that's something that, Heupel kind of needs a Cutcliffe type, needs somebody to help with some of that stuff. Hopefully he's willing to go out and get that.
I'll tell you this right now. If I were Heupel, I'd make a call to David Cutcliffe. I don't think he would, but he needs to. Is that okay to say that in the microphone, Matt?
I think Cutcliffe was kind of the Alex Golish of Fulmer.
Yeah, no question.
He was Alex. I don't know that he played the guy that everybody hated. I don't think he was hated.
But he was a detail
or
guy.
not liked. But he sort of gave that detail, that sort of bad cop sometimes when it was needed.
I think that's a very interesting thing. The other thing I always loved about about Cutcliffe rather, is that they went to him in two spots because Jeff Ferris reminded me they went to him at Duke and said, fire your assistants. And he said, I ain't firing my assistants, so you go ahead and fire me. He did it twice. You know how many guys in the coaching profession do that? Let me help you out. That's how many. We ready to go back to our phones at 865.
Rick Barnes at Texas did, though.
Another guy.
Very rare, very rare.
That's my point. Yeah, that's the point.
A lot of similarities between Barnes and Cutcliffe, actually, now that I think about it.
Yep. And he said that Cutcliffe told him that he talks to Dale Jones all the time, which I think is kind of cool. We'll have to ask Dale about that tomorrow, and we get his thoughts on the Florida game and the importance of getting it done on the road for the Vols. But shout out to my friends in Clarksville. Those guys in 1AA, like when I have those 1AA coaches on when we're playing those guys during the year, I always tell them, hey, man, we respect the hell out of your level of play, and we cover it when playoff time comes. And I don't know if they believe that or not, but down through the years, we've always covered it. And you know what I have Tennessee fans telling me? And just college football fans, they say, man, I appreciate you getting those guys on because during those weeks, and then when our deal ends, we get to watch that stuff and get to kind of know a little bit about it. So let's go back to the phones. I just think it would be really interesting if our guy expanded his tent a little bit, Matt. I think he needs to expand his tent. I think he could benefit from some fresh ideas. Kind of like we get when a caller like Florida calls in, fresh ideas. Let's go back to the phones on your TLD.
You think he'll turn his microphone around and say, tell me your fresh ideas?
On your TLD.
Like you did.
On your TLD logistics phone lines, we get our next call in. Hi and welcome.
Hey, Tony, am I on?
You're right on the air. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, Boy Billy from Harriman, say it with me.
Hey, Boy Billy. How you doing, brother?
2 pops today, baby. You got me fired up, focused, and prepared, baby.
Always good to hear from you, Billy boy.
Yeah, of course, man. Hey, I was going to say, man, I know Dr. Rogers over there at Performance Medicine. I know they got the ability to do that laser hair removal. But just saying, most people don't go for the head, you know what I'm saying? Interesting choice, my bro.
Matt, do you like that I've gotten laser hair removal according to Boy Billy?
That's a really nice dig that kind of came out of nowhere. I like it.
Yeah, you're very good at Boy Billy.
All right, man. So I'm going to be quick today. I got real work to do, but this philosophical question for you, man. Throughout the history of a human experience, has there ever been a person that is a punk but not a clown, or vice versa, a clown but not a punk? Or these things like, two Venn diagrams just make a perfect circle? I just want to hear your opinion on that. Thanks for having me.
Matt, can you think of anybody that was a punk and not a clown, or a clown and not a punk? What do you think, Matt and Bri?
A clown can be someone who is fun-loving and sort of aloof, but not punkish. And then you could have a thug that could be just a punk, but not a clown. It seems like the two kind of contradict each other, though. Clown can be harmless.
Yes.
Punks can be, the opposite of that.
See, I think that's right. For instance, I think Florida is a clown, but not a punk. I think he's generally a pretty good dude. Some people that come on here are punks and clowns. What do you think, Matt? I think you don't have to be I don't think you don't have to be a punk and a clown, but I will tell you this. Our business name, and you can ask our advertisers, is PNC Entertainment. And people will ask me, well, what is that? And Matt, what does PNC stand for? What do you think?
I've never actually asked you that. I don't know.
Punk and clown. Entertainment.
Yeah.
We give a shout out to all the punks and clowns everywhere, because they inspire me to be better. Some of these, I don't know. What do you call some of these people that comment on YouTube and try to really nip at me? Like little chihuahuas.
Keyboard cowards?
No. You
got to have some original, like Twidiots for
Twidiots.
You can come up with something there, Tom.
Yeah, they're like YouTubers.
I like some of the YouTubers.
I love it. Good. It's funny. The YouTube chat is, we got close to moving toward 5,000 subscribers over there for a reason, out of nowhere, which is pretty good number.
Subscribe, people. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. It is totally a hilarious community of people that watch the show over there.
Do you think Dave clicks the like button on the show on YouTube?
Dave doesn't like anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But do you think he hits the like button just to be nice? Because he doesn't like it, but you think he actually does it.
They need you need an unlike button for Dave, so he can hit that one.
We're going to go back to our phones at 865-200-5402. Here's a question. The curtains get ready to come down on the Florida game. I wrote on the blog today my 3 favorite Florida games. I want your favorite Florida memories. I remember when we made the field goal in overtime, and we all watch a game. Some people miss that. But if you have a favorite anecdote around the game, and then the question is, are you happy or sad to see the curtain come down on the Florida series? Now, this drew a couple of impassioned calls from people in the first hour who said, I'm sick of losing to these people. This cannot and will not and should not happen on our TLD logistics phone lines. Now, okay, this cannot, should not, and will not, or cannot happen. What do you think? What do you think? Beach Bum says we should start calling these people, Matt, the U-Goobs. Goldbrick Joe called me last night. And we might bring this up tomorrow on the air. He and Bino are trying to ascribe a mafia name for me, Matt. And mafia names have to be ironic. Like you would call somebody that's real heavy, you would say like if I was real heavy, they'd say skinny Tony, little Tony, something like that. So like an ironic, we'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to ask Bino what he and Goldbrick Joe, because Goldbrick Joe was kind of giggling at his own Goldbrick, I love Goldie, but he was so tickled by himself that he was giggling at his own material last night. And I love you. Dr. ZDDS says, Tony loves the YouTube chat. Yes, I do. Y'all make me laugh. Now, y'all needle me, and y'all get on my last damn nerve, and some of you are button pushers, which I resemble that remark. Brian Hartman, you told us earlier, then we go back to the phones, that you are sad to see. You, for one, are sad to see this thing go, right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit. Yeah. It's just become something that you've gotten used to over the years, and there's a lot of bad memories that come with it, but I mean, there are enough good to where it's almost worth. The good ones are sort of the what you get for paying for the bad ones with the bad ones.
The Florida game,
that make it worth it.
I don't want to get too graphic with you on the Florida game because some of you are going to miss what I'm saying here. But there has been a little bit of pleasure in the pain, Matt. You have to admit it. It's like an old, comfortable friend. That game lurking each year. It's almost like, I know some of you are eating, so I'm going to use a different analogy than the one I would use. If you're a male, you know what I'm talking about. But there's what do you call it? What am I trying to say here? Okay. Say you have like athlete's foot. Matt, you ever had it? You ever had like the athlete's foot? You ever had foot fungus?
I have not, no.
What about fungus down there, Matt? You ever had fungus down there?
No.
Okay, well, I was talking to Kyle Blackburn about that today, and he has. And there's a lot of pleasure that comes with like dragging your foot on the ground. Now, I haven't had it in a while, but I used to get the foot rot pretty bad. And there's a pleasure in almost dragging your foot till it like almost like you got stuff coming out of your foot. I don't know any other way to say it. And I know that's kind of a sort of graphic thing to say. That's what the Florida series is. There's like and then when you beat them, it's like curing poison ivy or something. Does that make any sense? Brian, have you ever had that itch down there? Like a bad case of it? Or athlete's foot?
Well, no, I don't think so. But
I don't think so. Bino tells me
from time to time.
Bino tells me he's had it so bad that it feels like he's on fire before. You guys have never had that?
I don't think so.
Well, you either have had it or you haven't. And that's the Florida series to me. It's almost like there's a little bit of pleasure in it. Let's go back to the phones. Negatives like that. I'm just going to Negative, no offense. Negatives like jock itch. Hello and welcome into our next call.
Hey, good morning, Tony. Rocky Top Chop Block here. Been a while.
Chop Block. I mean, you think it's okay to compare a caller to jock itch or no?
Yeah, I think it is. I've had jock itch. I've had foot fungus.
Thank you. And there's like a pleasure in it when you start scratching it, right?
It does feel good.
It feels good.
There's an odd only for the first minute or so. Then it starts to hurt afterwards.
Right, and that's the Florida series. You drag your foot on the ground. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Man, Brian, Matt, how you guys doing? What do you? Let me ask you guys this. I've been thinking about this on hold.
Yep.
Our expectations, what were they back in the 90s? Just as a football program, what were we expected to do?
In the 90s?
In the 90s, late 90s. I remember having conversations with Tony.
Win national championships. Compete
How
for
often was that?
That was an every year expectation, yeah.
Expectation for SEC championships was, from what I remember in conversation with
every year,
was, or playing in it every year and winning it once every 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought that was pretty fair, right?
That's right.
What's our expectation now? I mean, do we have it clearly defined with this coach? Because I've not heard anybody say what our expectation with this program is in 4 or 5 years. I mean, has it changed? And I'm just asking because I don't know what it is. I mean,
Matt, has it changed? Matt, has our expectation changed?
Probably a little bit, but I mean, more than it's not making Atlanta winning SEC championships anymore. It's making the playoffs.
Yep.
That's what it's turned into. So it's changed in that now. I mean, the SEC is a lot harder than it was back in the mid to late 90s.
That's true.
You have an expanded league with better teams in it, and teams like Alabama and Georgia and LSU even are just infinitely better than what they were back then. So it's a much more challenging league. So that probably lowers what those expectations probably realistically should be. But it's kind of a playoff or bust sport now, and we've kind of discussed how often Tennessee should make that going forward, but that's still kind of up in the air. But I do think it has changed a little bit, and it probably a little bit less expectations than you had at that time when the program was at its peak. Let's just be honest.
I think it's perspective. I think that's perspective, man. I really do.
What do you mean by that, Tony?
I think that there's 10 teams in the league that are fighting for the championship now. It is a totally different SEC. It's way harder than the SEC was in the 90s when it was Tennessee and Florida dominating it.
Well, the bad part of it, the bottom was really bad then, and it's not that way now.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And
the bottom was really bad.
So I think we all need to have the perspective that we were a regional league at one time. Back then we were a regional league. We are the national deal now. We are the closest thing to the NFL. All these teams lie one on top of the other. And our first caller doesn't want to hear this, but overreacting each week to how one game goes is just going to make you crazy. Because you're going to win some and you're going to lose some in this deal. Alabama last week got beat in their building and they couldn't believe it. They got beat in their building by a quarterback that can't play. I mean, imagine that. Just a different day for everybody. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I agree. I agree with everything you guys are saying. I do think, however, I guess my point would be is that the expectations, though, for Alabama are different from us. You think Alabama's going to handle taking that for 2 years in a row? They'll run that dude out of town. And Florida's already proven they'll do it. LSU's proven they'll do it. I don't understand, I guess, with where I'm at is I feel like Tennessee's just kind of stuck in this little rut, right? Heupel's done an amazing job with what he inherited. No doubt. No. Not questioning that at all. But it's also like the last 2 years, there's so many glories and what the expectations are, and nobody knows. Everyone's scared to death to say what they really want to say, which is if you lose these last 2 games, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable if you lose these last 2 games.
I agree with that.
So if it's unacceptable, what's the repercussion? Obviously, you're not going to fire the guy because he's in a playoff last year. You can't do that. But I mean, is he gonna hire a David Cutcliffe? Because one of the glaring red flags is, like you guys just said, he's horrible at time management. He's horrible with the little details. He's an amazing offensive mind, but he sucks royally at these small things. And it's going to cost him 1 or 2 games a year.
That's my fear. My fear in the 9-game era is he's going to have a lot of trouble making a playoff now because it's going to add one more difficult game to his plate. And, man, these games come down to the details. As you watch these games play, and that's just me. I could be dead wrong about this, and next year and the year after that are right back in the playoff. My sense of Josh Heupel is it's going to be very hard for him unless they go to 16 teams against a 9-game schedule to get into a playoff unless he gets somebody to help him with details. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Well, I agree with you. That's why I was calling.
And I think he's a good coach, by the way. I think he's a very good coach, actually.
I think he's a great coach.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's a championship coach. You know what I mean? I mean,
I agree. I agree with that.
Is he that type of guy?
I think that's a fair statement. Thank you.
Well,
brother.
guys, I'll get out of here. I don't want to lose the Florida series by any means. I
liked it.
Definitely don't want to swap it for Kentucky and Vanderbilt. I'd take either one of those teams over, or take Florida over either one of those clowns. Punkin clowns. I'm sorry. Punkin clowns. I do think you got to use those two together.
Yes, thank you. Good talking to
See
you.
fellas.
I think we need them too because we need wins.
We need wins. You took words out of my mouth. I think that those games, playing the Vanderbilts, playing the Kentuckys of the world, has a place. And every race needs runaround cars. You know? And if you're shooting a movie, you need those cars. If you're doing a racing movie, that's good cinema. Kentucky out there with Bondo paint, running around with their $5 million payroll. And your payroll's about 4 times more than theirs, if we're getting truthful and honest about it. And then you've got God knows what's going on at Vanderbilt right now. Matt, I'm really concerned about our coach with the details and the 9-game schedule. That's a thought I can't get out of my mind. Maybe I'm over obsessing over that, or maybe that's a legitimate concern. I don't know.
No, I think we've seen way too many instances where we've mismanaged clocks or the games where you've had a bunch of penalties that have killed you, that have come at the worst times. Mm-hmm. We'll see if that improvement with the penalties continues these last 2 games like it has the previous 2. But no, I do think he needs some help on his to upgrade some of the in-game coaching. However you get there. You need to figure that out internally and make some changes there. Could you upgrade your assistant coaches, upgrade your recruiting or how you approach the portal, be more aggressive? Like all those things, I think there are questions that they need to ask and internally need to figure out if they're where they need to be in some of those areas, because they do need to improve some. Because the caller, the one thing that he said was you're kind of in a rut, and it does. You kind of are in that way a little bit. You got to get over the hump, and you're kind of that very good to borderline great program, but getting over that final hump is the hardest one to make. And you're right there. You're so close to doing it.
Yes.
And you've got the dynamic offense that's a big part of that. And you need to take advantage and figure out how to get over that hump more consistently.
It would be so sad to see this guy throw this away on stubbornness. But a lot of these guys are very stubborn. They would rather do it their way and fail than get help and get helped. Back to the phones we go. Hi and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hello, guys. It's the Poley one.
Hey, Paul. Welcome in.
How are we doing, gentlemen?
Paul, are you making the scene at Titans Bill's birthday tomorrow?
I've talked to him about it for the last week, but I'm controlling the weather. If the weather is okay, I have one chance to play golf in the next 2 weeks.
I don't blame you. I'd go play golf.
So I'm up in the air, honestly. But
send your regards.
I will be there mentally. That's for sure.
There
if
you
I don't go.
Mentally is a good place to be.
So Tony and guys, it's not going to be a popular take, but that's normal with me. And the other thing is, once I get done with this, I would like to take counteract Briney Boy's comments yesterday about the Polish one, if possible.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 2, so the first one, is it true that Anderson and the strength coach are gone?
Yes.
Okay. So I was leaving work and I heard it this morning. I haven't heard it anywhere else. So my thinking is, and Tony, you're not going to like this, but for someone that's went around the last decade and loves this place, wants to support Elander, loves the players, loves the people, loves the area. We got $100+ million stadium build that he was basically he earned. I mean, he proved that he was going to do it. And it's one thing to go. There's another thing to not do a press conference. Now that could have been Danny White's doing, but the other thing is to take. I mean, how can you be wanting Elander to succeed if you're taking Q and Anderson?
I had somebody share that same opinion with me last night, young Sammy, and I agree with that. I don't like it personally.
Please don't come.
No. Matt, what do you think? I don't like it because I don't think you're helping this guy succeed that followed you.
No, honestly,
I don't
like
either.
it. I don't like it. You don't need those guys at San Francisco. You don't need those guys with you.
No, yeah,
that's a deal.
Would be my and Q already tried the pro route. And didn't like it. Came back after obviously a different situation.
I mean, what are we
and
doing,
him and Vitello
Tony?
were extremely close. Frank,
I stand with
obviously
you,
was
Paulie.
getting close to retiring anyway.
I stand with you,
but
Paulie.
I would have liked for Frank to have stuck around here for a couple more years to just help Elander get his footing under him. So yeah, it is kind of disappointing, but Vitello he brought him here and he can take him with him.
Yep,
but
he can do what he wants to do.
It does kind of suck. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I agree with Paulie there.
I agree.
I respect what he did, but the other thing that I don't like, and I'm not a Kiffin lover, but Kiffin left after 1 year, okay? But at least he met with the media. Yeah, it was at midnight, but at least he said something when he left. For someone that run around all over the world doing media, interviews anytime he wanted, including our show, Tony, every other show around here, you can at least stand up. Now, the only thing I say is maybe Danny White said you aren't doing a press conference. But if Danny White didn't do it and he don't have the stones, he has the stones to yell at a fan when people are watching and being the hype boy. But if you don't have the stones to get on the local press and say, hey, this is what I'm doing and this is why I'm doing it, come on, man. He's a used car salesman.
Yeah,
I hate that because I was a big supporter.
Oh, I love Tony, but I don't think he needs those guys. This guy needs those guys. And if you're going to tell me you want to see Tennessee succeed, Tony, then this guy needs those guys more than you need those guys. Come on now.
Now to the comment with Briney Boy, taking shots at the Polish one about saying you'd rather have Mark Pope.
Yep.
than I'll even say his real name, Barnes. Well, I will agree, Briney Boy. I did say that, okay? I did say that, but the same person that did say that about 4 or 5 years ago consistently has also been saying that I would take anyone that could clog up a mirror. Also, before I said that Pope take.
Well, that's a dumb take. The Pope take's a dumb take. You're a dope like Pope. Pope's a dope. Pope's now on a short rope because he's a dope on a short rope. He's a short Pope dope on a rope now. And you are a clown, but not a punk. But I do wish you well. We'll save a piece of carrot cake for you. Goldbrick Joe is going to pick Titans Bill up tomorrow and bringing him down there, which is absolutely next level. Because as a radio family, we're celebrating him. I talked to his sister Sandy last night. She said, that's so cool how you celebrate my brother. I said, we love your brother. He's like our nutty uncle or something. As we continue with more on the other side. Bill, I'm working on Shirley.
Is Jesse going to be at the birthday party?
Who's that? Goldie?
Titans Bill's nephew.
Oh, Jesse?
Jesse. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, my good Christian.
Maybe we can have like a newscast from Chattanooga to flash up to play on the TVs down there.
After this.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at tldlogistics.com.
Are you currently a residential electrician? Would you like more benefits, better pay, more upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus? Free company-paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more. Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for their residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contracting. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a two-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family-owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club teams start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we're the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our trials last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick up a bottle of the Triple Wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
The season of giving reminds us of what truly matters, community and connection. Hi there, Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. As the year closes, I wanted to take a moment to sincerely thank you, my Basilio family clients. Thank you for trusting me with your most important decisions. Whether it was finding your first home or successfully closing a chapter, your trust means everything. I look forward to new and continued relationships through the new year, and feel free to reach out to me at 865-694-5904 or nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And of course, go Vols.
TB back with you, 865-200-5402 is the numero uno. We had somebody jump off. So if you want to jump off, if you want to jump in while that person jumped off, you can jump in while that person jumped off. And jump back. Jump back. And light up those TLD Logistics phone lines online at tldlogistics.com. Brian, what do we have in college ball tonight? The college AS.
Well, we've got the Vols play against Tennessee State, and the Lady Vols actually play. They play for the first time in a week, so they're back in action on the road at Middle Tennessee State. And
how about the Lady Vols
last night?
All these in-state teams honoring all the in-staters. I like that, Bri.
Yeah, they gone to Martin, and then they're going to Murfreesboro. So
that's good.
They're playing some games on the road against these teams.
That's good. Spreading the gospel.
And last night there was a doubleheader. Alabama beat Illinois in Chicago.
Great game.
And Arizona beat Connecticut in Stores. So Alabama is 1-1 against the Big Ten.
Tobe Awaka was really good in that game last night. Back to the phones we go. I bet Negative probably thinks Tobe Awaka could play two guard for the Vols now. He was pretty good down the stretch in that game. And Illinois didn't handle it well. Didn't handle Alabama's pressure and all that stuff. Alabama getting you to play faster than you want to and trying to match them whim for whim, as I do Orange Throat on every Monday and Friday in the blog of Record. So we go back over at tclub.team. We go back to our phones. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, Madison in Texas.
Hey, Madison. Good to hear your voice, my friend.
Good to talk to you guys, and it's great to meet you, Tony, there at the Calhouns.
It was awesome
in Oklahoma Week.
Awesome
and
meeting
I did, in fact, pick up my check, but I don't know if that went to you or if it just went on the house. But great to see you guys. That was an awesome scene until the game started, of course. I got you asked about some Florida stories, so I got a good couple stories for you here, and then I'll jump off. So I think all of us here in the late early 2010s, late 2000s, kind of got our nega ball on from the Florida series, going to the 10-9 game with Trayon Harris, to the 4th and 17, all the blunders we had, some of the non-starter games. And so by this time, the 2016 game, when we finally did get it done, I'm sitting at the game with two of my dear friends. Shout out Cody Rule and Blake Williams. We're sitting there. We got really great seats on the 50-yard line. And if you guys remember that game, they went up like 24-3 at halftime. And at this point, you know, we're leaving games pretty early. I know people can say, oh, you should never leave the game early. We consume it the way we want to. But on principle, it was like, guys, you know, they're not selling beer in the stadium at this time, you know. So do you want to sit here and wallow in our sorrows, or would you rather lose the beer in your hand? So we left the game at halftime and ended up watching from Circle Park the comeback that we mounted on them. And I don't think they scored in the second half, mostly from that defensive end. We had Derek Barnett, who basically staged that comeback by himself, along with some scores on offense. What a great game. But, yeah, we left at halftime on principle, and thankfully we got a few things to cheer for here in this Florida series moving forward, but then they broke our hearts the next few years. And this game coming up, Tony, I mean, it's an amazing opportunity for you, and you should be able to get it done. I'm not saying that we will win. I saw the 3.5-point spread, and that makes me nervous. But we'll be watching and hope we get it done.
Don't you find, Madison, that sometimes when you leave a game like that, or when you even listen to a game, you shift whatever it is, you shift whatever you're doing. and something like that happens, you remember it a whole lot more. Like I can remember different events in my life that I've consumed on the radio or whatever just because I was pouting and walked away from even watching it. And they tend to stick with you that much more. I remember Brian and I were doing a post-game show a couple years ago after that Florida State baseball game out in Omaha. And I was over at corner 16 out west. And I said to everybody, I got to go. This thing's over. I got to go. And I remember listening to John Wilkerson perform that miracle